Let him do wiffle ball.
You know, when I was a kid, I think
Judge still hits home runs.
Oh, easily.
But I mean, like when I was a kid and we were playing in the backyard, we always had a strikeout competition. Who could strike out the most people consistently or consecutively? Or that was fun. They could tweak that a bit and make a strikeout competition too. There's nothing for pitchers. If you're going to have an all-star weekend with like skills competitions, they got to have something for pitchers.
Have an all-pitcher home run derby.
That'd be interesting. Bumgarner would win.
I don't know.
He hit some home runs.
I bet you there's some better hitting pitchers out there than we really.
Bumgarner wanted to.
I bet Chris Sale could hit some home runs.
He probably could.
I bet. What's his name?
Cliff Lee used to
hit home runs. I remember that.
What's that? Oh man, he used to be an A and a Met.
Cologne.
Yeah, Bartolo Colon.
He had his first home run last season.
Yeah, would wreck some. Yeah, but that's in a game.
No, right? I know. But in a game, that was the first time ever. I'm sure that you're right. He could blast it like batting practice. Or something.
I mean, he's on the Babe Ruth diet.
Oh yeah, he is.
Steady diet of fastballs.
Hot dogs and beer.
Hot dogs.
Who was the other guy that was back in 5-10 years ago?
David Cohn could have hit
Osting?
some.
Was it Osting?
Could have been. Yeah.
Owings. No.
I'm
trying to remember.
A lot of good pitchers.
There are a lot of good pitchers. That can
Kenny Rogers could have done it.
Very possible.
Obviously, the bigger guys, like I said, David Cohn, Mike Messina with his roids.
I would have loved to see Randy Johnson behind the plate.
Roger Clemens.
Oh man.
Yeah, the roid off.
They were talking. Mike Moustakas last night was talking about in the minors. He was in a home run derby, and the pitcher was Roger Clemens, and that home run derby, like, no one hit any home runs because even with him not trying, he was still striking them out. He was still throwing them, and they were still missing.
A.J. Burnett was kind of another one too, wasn't he? He'd occasionally hit home runs.
Oh yeah, yep.
Oh, he's big. He's tough. But I don't like the idea of the water balloon fight.
No. There's some. I like the summer element to it because this is the summer classic, but there's other summer games that you can have. Kickball, wiffle ball. We've just come up with a couple of them that are already better.
What's that one where you're playing wiffle ball and you slide into pools?
Oh yeah, well you do that with kickball too. You have like slip and slides and the like the kiddie pools are like the bases.
Yeah, I mean it wouldn't be fair because if you're doing a slip and slide, Aaron Judge would be he just lay down, he's there.
Yeah, I know, right? Take 2 steps. Whoop.
Yeah, him and Randy Johnson.
Yeah, oh my god. I'm so happy he's on my team. Like I'd be so upset if he was on a team that was like constantly playing. If he was on Boston, I'd be so hurt right now.
He very, very well could have been because I'm not one that follows prospects, but the Yankees have great prospects, so I knew who they were for the most part. I mean, there's some I don't know Gleyber Torres. I hear he's great.
He's supposed to be coming up at third, and they just released Chris Carter today, so they're making a spot.
That's not surprising.
Clint Frazier.
I think Clint Frazier's going to be huge.
Yeah, probably.
He had the impressive walk-off home run Saturday, I think it was.
Yep.
Here's the funny thing: none of the Yankees prospects were even top 5 prospects.
No, but they've played well. They've stayed within there, and then you have prospects that have seen some time, like your Tyler Austin or your Greg Bird, who still have a possible high ceiling, but also might be trade bait. So we might see other players coming in that could, really accent, a Gary Sanchez or an Aaron Judge. We need pitching.
And from what I understand, there is great pitching coming up. They're just not ready.
Yeah,
they took a gamble on Jordan Montgomery, and it paid off.
Sabathia needs to retire. I mean,
I don't think Sabathia needs to retire.
He's probably one of our better pitchers this season. Like at least in the beginning of the season, he might have slumped off a little bit.
But that's going to happen. It's baseball.
Yeah, and but I mean, I think what's really hindering us, and I hate to say this because I really thought he was good when he came, was Tanaka. Tanaka's pulling us back.
Yeah, Tanaka, and it's funny because Tanaka was supposed to be the guy in the pitching rotation, and yet what's his name? The
Severino?
No, Severino's played well.
Pineda?
Yeah, Pineda. Pineda was the surprise.
Yeah.
I mean, before Jordan Montgomery, of course. Jordan Montgomery's been, like I said, the hoping for 7 in the craps, and they got it.
Yeah, no, I agree.
But
with us, with the Yankees, it's hard, because if you don't get your pitcher to go 7 innings, and we have to rely on the bullpen a lot, you're gonna stress them out, and that's what's happening right now. And I think that's a lot of our middle relief is what's being overworked is what's causing us games.
And it's really funny because that was one of the strengths. Like, you thought you had Tyler Clippard, man.
Yeah.
You know, Tyler Clippard's going to be the guy.
Yeah,
no.
I still think he can be the guy. I think it's more mental than anything. But, he led the league in saves a few years ago. I think that, I remember when he was on Baltimore, he was someone I did not want to see as a Yankee fan. And now it's like, it's direct opposite of, like, Mike Mussina.
Well, I mean, think about it. He is the guy, and he does lead the league in saves, and then all of a sudden, we're just going to go back to Aroldis Chapman. Like, what does that do to your mentality? True. Like, I was the guy, and you're bringing back this guy that, granted he helped win a World Series, but he's not the reason they won a World Series. They would have won it probably without him.
He did really well, though.
He did. But
he pitches fast. That's the other thing. I feel like Chapman in the next year, even though I hope this is not true, could easily be like a Dontrelle Willis, where it's like people catch on and people start, timing that 103 mile an hour fastball, and they're going to start hitting him.
Well, I think the problem is he's only got one pitch.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not. He's not. I hate to bring up some good pitchers of the past, but Jonathan Papelbon had 3 pitches. Houston Street, even though he wasn't great for the A's, he could throw 4 pitches really well.
Houston Street was pretty much great wherever he ended up. I mean,
severely underrated. Yeah. With the Rockies, he was really good.
The Padres.
Yeah, he had 4 pitches. He didn't have a bread and butter, and I think that actually helped because people didn't know what they were going to get. Mm-hmm. With Aroldis Chapman, you're going to get a fastball. With what's his name from Washington, not the closer, the pitcher Strasburg, that you're going to get a fastball because he throws 110 miles an hour.
He is Strasburg, but at the same time, Strasburg does have a lot more pitches in his arsenal too.
Yeah, he's developed them a lot, but I don't know that it was the big thing that brought him to the majors out of San Diego State. It was definitely that 106 mile an hour fastball.
Yeah, it was pretty crazy.
But
I kind of do take that back about Sabathia. Numbers really aren't too alarming. Around the 4.0 ERA, 7.3 win-loss record.
Yeah, that's not
the first half. I mean, that's not.
That's not horrible. With the Yankees right now, their problem with pitching is that they don't have pitchers that aren't losing the game for them. Their offense is obviously there. They're very good, the offense. No one is worried about the offense playing well. What they are worried about is that after Sabathia, after Tanaka, after Pineda, after Montgomery, they're just going to give up runs. What else can they do? I mean, there's not much other than give up prospects to go get, a guy who.
I wouldn't go in with what Cashman's thought process is as of the last year to 2 years.
And it's the right process.
It is. So I feel that if we do make any trades or anything like that, I hope that he doesn't give up a good amount of prospects. I understand that a few prospects are going to probably have to be sacrificial lambs, but to give up our farm system like we had in the past will be too detrimental now.
Well, I mean, it really depends because you're going to find a team that needs one batter to be a competitor, and they'll have a pitcher that you want for the middle, and they're going to be like, all right, we'll give you this prospect and Matt Holliday. You give us a pitcher. And they're going to take it because Matt Holliday, he's a bat. He's a good bat.
But that's still Matt Holliday and one prospect as opposed to two good prospects who could blossom into something where we're sitting here going, I wish we never got rid of them. And there's been a few times like that. And that's why I don't feel like we should get rid of some of these prospects.
The Red Sox are going to feel that way, I'm very sure, soon when Yohan Moncada comes up and just absolutely destroys Major League Baseball. We talk about how good Aaron Judge and Mike Trout are. Supposedly, this guy is like the second coming of Jesus for baseball.
Then they need this because, he
got traded to the White Sox with the Chris Sale deal.
Oh, okay.
So he's a White Sox.
Oh, that's even better. But the thing is like I feel that even though there was steroid situations with Mark McGwire and Sammy Sosa, when that strike happened, the baseball was at a true loss of where their audience was, and those two men single-handedly brought back a lot of people to watch baseball. And I feel like baseball's kind of going into a slump now, and I feel like Aaron Judge and this prospect that you're talking about and some of the other people that might be coming up could possibly be this entertaining, exciting thing to watch so that there's more people watching baseball.
Yeah, no, you're right. And I think one of the things that is going to be very good for baseball is the same thing that's happening right now in basketball. The athletic big guy who's more than just a big guy. Mm-hmm. As you see, Kristaps Porzingis hits the three. Anthony Davis can take it down low, or he'll step back and shoot a jumper. Yep. He doesn't. Frank Kaminsky, same thing. DeMarcus Cousins. You name a big guy who's come into the league in the last 5 years, and they are either playing, they're either playing a guard position or they're playing a power forward position. The true center is gone.
I agree
that
with
is that is not coming back for a long time.
Very big rarity to have a true center.
I mean, the closest thing that I can think of to a true center that's going to be coming into the NBA maybe, and he's not even a center, is Grayson Allen. Just because he's...
Gortat in Washington's a good old-style center. He's mostly rebounds, blocks, and defense with some games that are high-scoring, but most of the games are average. And he does what he needs to do, and that's something that's missed. I feel like he's even underrated.
You're right. Steven Adams is also pretty good. Enes Kanter. Mm-hmm. They are close to centers, and they're young still.
Well, that's just the center doesn't mean nearly as much as what he used to in the NBA.
Yeah.
Now, players have to be able to be versatile. If you can't play like 3 different positions, you almost are viewed as useless.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, exactly. And that's one of the reasons, and we'll get into this some other time, that this deal that the Yankees tried to get for the Knicks tried to get for Kristaps Porzingis, they wanted the world because he's a guy who can play center, he can play power forward, he can play small forward. I mean, if he had to, he's probably quick enough to play shooting guard.
Yeah, who knows? Possible.
All right, so now we're going to move away from the All-Star
festivities,
not necessarily festivities. We still got the All-Star game that we're going to talk about. It's about to start. Do you guys even care about this game anymore now that the All-Star game doesn't decide home field for the World Series? It's useless.
I mean, if there's anything like yesterday and they figure out a way and there's just moments that are exciting, then it still is something I'd watch. But it is taking a little bit away that you don't get home field advantage during the World Series. I thought that was pretty interesting.
And
it's just not the same because it's not. I mean, again, there's nothing behind it. It is enjoyable to watch if you've got some all-stars from your team and you want to see them, but it doesn't change the fact that it's just basically a stacked baseball game at the end of the day. I mean, no one's really in their position for all that long, given how many people get selected to this anymore. Somebody, it might have been Harper actually, was saying that he believes that to make it a little bit more interesting, seeing as it doesn't matter anymore, the top 2 vote getters from each AL and NL should be allowed to be captains and select from anybody in the MLB.
So like the
NHL. For a situation like Bellinger could have to hit against Kershaw, which he's never going to have to do during the season, but now he's got to face Kershaw.
You're implementing a draft like they did that with football one year. They did that with
they did that for
NHL.
3 years.
Yeah.
Well, the difference was there were captains that weren't chosen by fans. It was Michael Irvin, Deion Sanders.
Yes. No,
Jerry Rice.
Then Jerry Rice, I don't remember who.
Deion Sanders, I think, again.
Yeah, and they chose teams.
Now they're back to the old format, if I understand right.
Yeah, and that's a useless game too. Still more fun to watch because it's football, but useless. I mean, the All-Star game are only there to make money. It's not for real entertainment. Right. The most entertaining part of All-Star Weekend in any sport is the slam dunk contest and the celebrity All-Star game in basketball.
I agree. They are fun to watch. I like the skills competition or the 3-point competition. But what do you think it's missing? Because when we had the 90s era basketball, or we had like the 70s or 60s or 50s era baseball, where these All-Star games were exciting. What's different now?
Well, I think the difference is